create a heart awakening. Yes, that is what we're going to talk about in this video. How to give yourself a literal heart awakening, tap into the frequency of love, and tune into love within your very being so that you can emit that every single day that you wake up. You don't have to go out there and find it. You can create it within your very being, within the core of your heart, and how to really pull in your desires because of that. Because when we tune into the frequency of love, we naturally magnetize our desires into our life without any effort, because we're just existing in gratitude and love and joy for the life that we have now. And through that powerful frequency, we literally cultivate so many miracles and synchronicities in our life. It's not even funny. I've done this many times. I've given myself a heart awakening many times from just literally intention and creation of the tools that I'm going to share with you in this video. So stick around. And yeah, we're just going to jump straight into it, tap into a couple of different things that you can do, things to remember, so that you can have a heart awakening and, you know, keep it that way. Like, keep your heart activated at all times so that you can really just feel in love with yourself, with life, and with your existence. So let's get started. I don't know if I said this, but I'm Katie, so welcome if you're new. And if you enjoy this video, definitely hit the like, hit the subscribe. Would love to have you on the channel. We talk all about this kind of stuff. So anywho, let's get started. So first off, I want you to remember that your baseline frequency is love, okay? When your soul chose to come into this life, it already knew that it was love. Love is who we are at our very core, and we chose to come into a human meat suit as a human in this temporary experience with a mind. The mind is not natural to the soul. It's just an earthly experience. And so we naturally jump into the mind and we experience fear, doubt, lack, stress, all these negative lower vibrational energies, but that's not our natural baseline, all right? So love is like truly what our soul knows and what is natural to our soul. It's just not natural to the human, which is why we often fight it. And we have this battle between happiness and lack and fear and all the messiness. But remember, in your soul's core essence, in the very core of your DNA as well as a human, deep within you is love. Love is natural to us. Love is who you are. You don't have to go find it outside of you. And that kind of jumps me into the next point, is that love will never be outside of you, right? We can experience love in many ways outside of us in the terms of romantic relationships, friendships, when we have children, when we, you know, all of these sort of external things. But true love is from within us, because we are all one, we are all connected, and we are God, we are source. And so it's really remembering or claiming that the love that you experience has to stem from within. It has to start from within you, or else you're always going to be seeking it externally. Because if you find it outside, you're going to be like, oh, okay, let's go find it here and here and here. And you're going to be seeking and seeking and seeking. Whereas when you realize it's within you, it's there all along. And so when you activate your heart and you give yourself this awakening to the love that exists within you, you don't have to seek it outside of yourself. You're just in love with your life and with who you are and with your experience already as a baseline. So remember that as well. Like, it's always going to start from within you, not outside of you. And this kind of jumps me into my next point, which is remember that your body is conditioned to fear. And I kind of tapped on this a little bit, but you know, like I said, as a human, your natural baseline is to be in the mind, and the mind is naturally trying to keep us safe, which inevitably we're going to be in fear because of it. So we toggle and have this little tug of war with love and fear frequencies, but it's really remembering that that's not who you are at your soul's core. Because you are a soul experiencing life as a human being, your soul is love. And so I want to kind of jump into like one practice that you can do. And if you're not familiar with Joe Dispenza, his work has changed my freaking life. I can't even explain. And so I've given myself multiple like heart awakenings and it's basically been in this bliss state for like weeks on end because of his meditation. So I highly recommend that you go check him out, and I will actually link a very powerful, maybe one or two below in the description of meditations you can do. And really all it is, if you don't even do those, like, it's every morning sitting down and really tuning into your heart, just visualizing your heart center with this electromagnetic frequency like emanating out and like going out into the world. It can be green, it can be whatever color you want, but like that is so powerful. And it's how I start my day every single day and close out my night as well, is really tuning into that heart frequency, remembering that you are guided by your heart and that your heart pulls in so many of your desires and so much love when you can visualize that and remember that your heart's guiding the way, not the mind. So tune into your heart, and breath can also be very powerful for this. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll just like visualize, like I'll bring my hands up and I'm like and like as I'm like breathing out, you're like almost visualizing that this energy is coming down. This heart energy is coming all the way through your heart, all your chakras down into the earth and grounding you into the Mother Earth, like shooting down, like, and then snap and boom, you are anchored in love into this earth. And that in itself is so powerful. You won't even believe it. And again, like I said, Joe Dispenza kind of gets you into this state more with his meditations, and I'm going to create some on this channel as well, where you can really, really feel into that frequency of love and create it from within, because it's going to be a muscle that you train. You might not feel it at first. I know sometimes like people listen to meditations and they're like, I don't feel anything, but it will sometimes take time. It's like when you go to the gym, you're not going to see, you know, a juicy ass right away. Like you got to strengthen that muscle, right? So it's the same with meditation. You got to practice over and over every day, really visualize yourself in this heart energy, and it's going to take effort, but emitting that emotion of love is going to create it more and more. And again, like I said, you're creating it from within. So visualizing and feeling the emotion of love within you, whatever way that means to you. You might be visualizing like your children or your dog or a relationship that you want, whatever really makes you feel that love. Visualize it, feel it as hard as you can, emit it for as long as you can, and the more you do that, you will start to enter a state where that's your baseline. It's not going to be like this thing you have to create. It's going to feel like magic, and you're going to walk out of that meditation, you're going to be like, let's freaking go. I'm in love with my life. Like, I'm so happy. And like I said, I've done this multiple times, and I'm living proof that this exists and works. And when you enter the state of your heart being awakened and you're in love with life, you literally see miracles and synchronicities enter your life like it's no joke. I can't even make this up. Like, things will happen in your day-to-day where you're like, I am living a miracle. Like, I'm living a different reality. And that's really what you're doing, because you're changing your reality from fear to love. And when you're in that love state, like, magic exists, and magic is going to come in naturally. You don't have to create it. It's just going to be there. So remember that as well. The next thing I'm going to mention, and this is such a like common topic, and I know everyone's like, ugh, gratitude, but I promise you it's important. So gratitude, 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 gratitude. And what this can be is like literally waking up in your bed and immediately, like, this is what I do every morning. Immediately I'm like, say what I'm grateful for in my mind. It could be the fact that, you know, you're grateful that you woke up in your bed, whereas some people are like laying on the street in some city homeless. Like, that can be one thing you're grateful for. You can mention like, you know, 3 to 5 things. Just starting your day off with that emits such a powerful frequency of love, because when we are grateful for what we have in our current life now, and I know this is, everyone says this, but it's true, the universe, God, source, divine, whatever you resonate with, sees that frequency. It doesn't just hear that intention and it's like, oh, let's send them more. It actually vibrationally, energetically matches that frequency of you saying, I love my life. And when you love your life now, the universe has to gift you what you want in your life and has to throw you more good things, more beauty. Whereas when you're like lacking and in fear and wanting and wanting and wanting, you're just going to be wanting and wanting and wanting for the rest of your life and not actually accessing those very desires that you want. So I hope that makes sense. Be grateful. Every day that you wake up, every night that you go to bed, just express gratitude. It's the simplest thing you can do, even if it's hard to remember. You know, you'll get into the rhythm of doing it and it just becomes easier, and then things will happen to you. Promise you. And another thing, this is the second to last thing here, is remember to feel. Embrace, this is going to sound really weird, embrace heartbreak, embrace pain, and embrace the crunchy emotions that come up in your body, because this sounds a little counterintuitive, but when you start to awaken your heart, you may very well experience like things leaving your life that are not in resonance with love. And that can many times mean, and I have chills, this is confirmation, that can many times mean relationships ending. Like, the person that's not actually in harmony with the love frequency that you're in has to fall out of your life. And so when that happens, embrace the pain. Do not push it down. I don't want you to feel either like when you experience crunchy emotions and like sad emotions that it's a bad thing, because often we can feel like, oh, but I'm not in love, I'm not in like this positive vibration if I'm in the pain. And that's just spiritual bypassing, low-key. Like, I promise you, feel whatever comes up. I've been going through this in my own life. As I record this video right now, I've been going through intense heartbreak. It has been the most painful time of my entire life, but it's through the feeling of that pain that you will literally come out the other side and expand into a powerful, powerful frequency of love. Because, you know, oftentimes what happens is we experience massive contraction before an expansion. And so it's like the breakdown happens before the breakthrough. And what that means is just like things can fall out of your life, pain can occur in your body, and really feel that and allow your human to grieve, allow your human to take the time to fucking cry and let it all out, let what you need out, because it's liberating you and you are literally pushing through that frequency to expand into something greater. Like you are, I can promise you this. And so feel deeply and embrace it. Don't allow yourself to shove away the pain, because that's actually making it worse for ourselves. If we want to awaken our hearts, if we want to live in more love and harmony with ourselves, and we're shoving down all the pain and all the negative emotions, like it's just going to get further and further down there, and we're going to feel that at a very, very low baseline level until one day it starts to come up and up and up, and then we explode. Okay, we don't want that. We want to feel. And so, you know, if you need to cry for like days and then later do your meditation, still tap into that heart frequency, you are moving through so much in your life. And I promise you this is what I've experienced in my life. And again, it's not to say that this will happen to you. It's just to say that welcome the pain when it does arise in whatever facet that means in your life. And that's how you're going to liberate yourself and really activate your heart. And the last thing I will tap onto that has changed my life, and I promise you this, like, it will change yours. Cacao, okay? You probably haven't heard of this a lot when when talking about a heart awakening, but for me, drinking cacao has done wonders in my life. And you don't have to do this, but it's basically, if you're not familiar with what cacao is the natural, most purest form of chocolate. You know, most chocolate you see in the stores is like not real cacao at all. Even if it says it's cacao, it's not intentionally grown like ceremonial cacao is. And so when I say cacao, I drink ceremonial cacao whenever I feel called. Lately I've been having it like every day, but like really you just want to drink it when you feel called and you really want to sit with it. Cacao has a spirit. I call it Mama Cacao. She is plant medicine. She is a teacher and a healer. And if you are going through, you know, a difficult time, or if you're just wanting to tap into more love, like I've drank cacao when I'm very happy and when I'm very sad, and it really helps me tune into my heart, because cacao has theobromine in it, which is essentially a compound that helps open up the capillaries in your blood vessels so that you can experience this like heart awakening feeling. It's different from coffee, where it doesn't give you that caffeine rush. It has a tiny bit, but it more so helps to like give you a stimulating heart opening effect, and you will feel it when you drink her. Essentially what I want you to do, and I'll link the link below for the cacao that I buy, if you're interested. Otherwise just look up ceremonial cacao online. Essentially you will just I should put the recipe on here sometime. Basically, you can look up a recipe or how to make it. It's very simple. You heat up the cacao, you chop it up, and you put it in warm water or milk, and then you want to set your intention when you make this cacao. You want to speak your intention into the cacao with, you know, whatever you want to create. Do you want to experience more love? Do you want to, you know, whatever it is, you can set whatever intention for the cacao that you want. You want it to bring you more gratitude, more peace of mind, more harmony and balance in your body. You want to heal whatever. You can set that intention, because cacao holds a powerful frequency as it is. But when you speak your intention into cacao, it holds a very, very powerful, it takes whatever intention you set into that cacao, and I'm not explaining this very well, so that when you drink it, that intention can seep into you, because it's all energy, right? So you want to really feel into your heart as you drink it. Oftentimes what I like to do when I drink cacao is I'll just journal, or I will meditate, or I'll just like really sit or go on a walk, like just feel into it, and you will experience your heart opening because of it. And like I said, this has helped me in so many ways on my journey, just to activate my heart and tune into more love, and you know, make sure that it's something that you can drink. I know some people are sensitive to it, but if you're called to it, work with her. She's beautiful. She's a heart healer, heart activator, and I love her so much. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I know it was all over the place, but I do feel that these are all things that, like, when you can embody these in your life and bring them into your routine and life, your heart will awaken in so many ways, and your heart will be the baseline guide for your life, because our heart is really, again, why we're here and why our soul is here. And so remember that, you know, a heart awakening, even though it's calling this video like how to tap into a heart awakening, I believe that this frequency that I'm talking about can be our baseline. It can be how you feel every single day, you know. And like I said, there will be pain sometimes, there will be emotions that come up. When you start to feel the crunchiness, like allow it to pass, but tap back into that frequency of love, tune into your heart, and remember that you can feel in love with your life at all times. Like, you can feel this so strongly, because once you start to train it as a muscle and more beautiful things start to come into your life as a byproduct of this, and you start to manifest your dreams, you're gonna naturally be even more in love with your life than you already are. So it's just gonna be like this like gradual increase of like love and juiciness and happiness. And so yeah, I really believe that love is the frequency of the new earth, of what's happening on the planet right now. We are tuning back into love. I believe my mission is to help you tap into more love within your heart and remember that your soul is love, and that's really why we're here, right? So anywho, hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in my next video. If you enjoyed, definitely hit the like, hit the subscribe, and yeah, I hope you have a beautiful day, and remember, you are loved. So much love to you. Mwah!